Lunch at Willow Creek University was always chaotic. The chatter, the clanging trays, the laughter echoing off the walls. It could overwhelm anyone. For one girl, it was a storm she had learned to navigate quietly. Amelia Price sat alone at a corner table, 24 years old, studying literature. Smart, creative, and painfully shy. She carried herself carefully, each movement deliberate, not because she was weak, but because she had learned the world could be cruel. Across the cafeteria, 3 students laughed quietly, their eyes locked on her. Madison, the alpha female of the group, tall, confident, perfectly styled. Brianna, her shadow, always smiling but cruel. Jake, a boy who thought he was funny, eager to join in.
They whispered. They nudged each other. "This one's going to be fun," Madison said under her breath. Brianna giggled. Jake smirked, already filming on his phone. Amelia didn't notice at first. Her sketchbook was open in front of her, pages filled with delicate drawings she hoped no one would ever see. Her headphones muffled the chaos. Her world was quiet, small, safe. Then Madison leaned over. "Hey, little Miss Quiet, how's your lunch?" she sneered. Amelia froze, eyes wide. "Oh, it's fine," she whispered. Brianna leaned closer. "Let's see how graceful you really are," she said, tapping Amelia's armchair. Jake pushed it lightly, testing her balance. Amelia's face tightened. "Please."
But they didn't stop. They laughed, the sound sharp and cruel, bouncing across the cafeteria. The chair wobbled. Amelia flinched. Her sketchbook fell to the floor. Pages scattered like leaves in a storm. Some students gasped. Some laughed quietly. Phones were raised. No one intervened. Then Madison shoved the chair. A loud crack echoed. Amelia fell sideways onto the floor. Food spilled. Trays clattered. The 3 bullies laughed even louder. Jake's phone recorded every second. The cafeteria watched silently, a frozen audience. Amelia pressed her face into her hands. Quiet tears spilled. The kind of tears no one hears, but everyone notices eventually. For the first time, something inside her shifted. Her chest tightened. Her mind raced, and she realized she wasn't going to let this define her.
Madison leaned down, smirking. "Oops, did you forget to be careful?" Amelia's hands shook. Her voice trembled at first, then steadied. "I'm done being scared," she said, standing slowly. The cafeteria froze. Madison blinked, surprised. Brianna's smirk faltered. Jake lowered his phone. Amelia's gaze moved across the room. All the students who had watched, all the ones who had stayed silent, now felt it. The quiet power in someone refusing to be humiliated. Madison laughed nervously. "It's just a joke," she said. Amelia took a deep breath. "No," she said clearly, "this isn't a joke. It's cruelty, and I won't be part of your entertainment." Some students started whispering. Some recorded Amelia now, but this time they weren't laughing. Amelia bent down, gathering her scattered sketchbook pages, each one a small piece of her courage, her creativity, her life. She held them tight. And then she did something unexpected.
Tables. Using the evidence on Jake's phone, she played back the video for the entire cafeteria to see. Every shove, every laugh, every cruel smile. The students gasped. Teachers rushed in. Madison's face turned red. Brianna froze. Jake dropped his phone. Amelia didn't shout. She didn't cry. She simply spoke. Look at what you did. Do you see how it feels to be humiliated? Do you understand now? The principal arrived moments later. Bullies were sent to the office. Apologies were demanded. Consequences assigned. But the real twist, the unexpected part, was the reaction of her peers. Many students came forward, admitting they had been silent out of fear. Some offered to help her gather her belongings. Others recorded positive messages to counteract the cruelty. Amelia felt something she hadn't in a long time. Power. Not the kind that comes from hurting others, the kind that comes from standing up for yourself and refusing to be invisible.
Video of her standing up for herself went viral. Social media was flooded with messages of support. Celebrities reacted. News channels covered the story. The school organized a campus-wide seminar on bullying awareness. Amelia was invited to speak. Her voice shook at first, but as she looked at the students in the audience, the same students who had laughed before, she found strength in her own words. I'm not weak. I'm not invisible. And silence doesn't make me safe anymore. The room erupted in applause. Even some of the bullies were moved, forced to face the consequences of their actions. Amelia's story became a symbol, not because of her tears, not because of what she endured, but because of her courage, because of the unexpected twist. The quiet girl had finally made everyone listen.
Lunch at Harrison High was always loud, noisy, chaotic. But that Friday, everything changed. Emma Turner sat in the corner, quietly opening her lunchbox. 16 years old, born with a mobility condition, born with the kindest heart in the school. She never bothered anyone, but that didn't stop trouble from finding her. Across the room, 3 boys stared at her. Derek, Kyle, Jonah. The kind of boys who thought pain was entertainment, and boredom was a dangerous thing in their hands. Kyle nudged Derek. "Watch this," he whispered. He walked up behind Emma and tapped her wheelchair lightly. She turned, confused but polite. "Oh, sorry. Did I bump you?" She didn't realize they were playing a different game. Derek grabbed the handle and spun her. Emma tried to smile, thinking maybe it was a joke. But it wasn't, not even close. More kids watched. No one said a word. Silence can be the loudest cruelty in the room. Derek pushed again, harder. A crack echoed. The metal bent. Emma slipped sideways and hit the cold cafeteria floor. Food splattered. The chair snapped in half. And someone laughed. No, 3 of them laughed. Loud, cruel, proud. 2 girls started recording. "TikTok will love this," one said. Emma didn't cry loudly. She cried the quiet kind of tears, the kind that hurt even more. But while the cafeteria watched, someone else heard something else. A crash, a scream, a sound he knew too well. Mason Turner, Emma's brother, 21, a newly trained U.S. Marine, calm as stone until the wrong person was hurt. He turned sharply and walked, not fast, not slow. A Marine walk, steady, powerful, controlled. The cafeteria grew quieter, with every step he took. Emma looked up through blurry eyes. Mason, my chair. He didn't speak yet. He knelt beside her, checked her arms, her shoulders, her legs, gently, carefully, lovingly. Are you hurt? He asked. She shook her head, but inside, she was broken. Mason stood up. The room felt smaller. He walked toward the bullies, not angry, not shouting, just present. And that alone was enough. Which one of you, he said quietly, put their hands on my sister? Silence. No one dared to breathe. Finally, Derek whispered, Relax, bro. It was just a joke. Mason leaned in. A joke is something both people laugh at. Derek swallowed. Phones lowered. Guilt began sinking in deeper than fear. The principal burst through the doors. Mason, I'll handle this. But Mason wasn't talking to the principal. Not yet. He turned to the entire cafeteria. The problem isn't just them, he said. It's everyone who watched and said nothing. Dozens of faces looked down. He lifted Emma's broken chair and placed it on a table. Metal twisted, wheels shattered, a symbol of everything wrong. So if you want something to post online, he said slowly, post this. Then he picked Emma up gently in his arms. And the cafeteria finally woke up. A kid near the back stood first. I'm sorry, Emma. Another stood. Then another. Within seconds, nearly the whole room apologized. Not because they were scared of Mason, but because they saw themselves and didn't like what they saw. A week later, a different video went viral. Not the bullying, but the apology. Natural, realistic, and heart-touching. Students promising to change, asking others to step up, to intervene, to be better. The school district surprised Emma with a custom wheelchair. Lightweight, shock-absorbing, pink edges, her name engraved on the side. And Mason? He didn't punish anyone. He didn't threaten anyone. He didn't need to. Sometimes the strongest people are the quiet ones. Until someone hurts the person they love. And on that Friday, the entire school learned what strength really looks like.